The Whitakers are such an amazing example, I think, of that connecting their passion to make a difference in the community, being turned on by reading about what was happening with the Cyclorama.
My mother was a high school teacher, taught history, and she had taken me to see the Cyclorama at least 2 times, once when I was 5 or 6 and once when I was a teenager. So I knew all about it in terms of the impact it could have, and I knew it was in the wrong place. And we read that article about what a sad state of affairs the Cyclorama was in. There were pictures of holes in the wall where it was open to the rain and the elements. We said, that's it. That solves our problem. That will, if we can bring about the restoration and move of that event, that painting, we will have accomplished our purpose.
We made provisions for our church and for our children, and we still had more that we wanted to give. And so why not give it to your city that you love and that you would want to do something for? And we did.
So we went to lunch and sat down and started talking, and he said, well, Chef, I'll tell you why I'm here. Is that Mary Ann and I saw this article in the Cyclorama, and we were wondering that if we could give you or leave you $10 million, would you be able to get the Cyclorama moved to the History Center? And so I mumbled something about hoping that I could buy him lunch at that time, and tried to recover a little bit, and said, well, as a matter of fact, we have done a lot of thinking about the Cyclorama, and we had a site already on our campus. We'd already had the site permitted in terms of on a site plan as a potential museum expansion, and we'd done a lot of thinking about it. He had no idea about any of those things, and it was just magic the way it came about, and so I came, I said we're really excited about that, and I think this solves one of the big issues, which is the foundation community and individuals don't want to see this to be a problem again. And if you can fund the endowment for the Cyclorama, then perhaps people will be willing to fund the immediate restoration needs in the new building. And that's exactly what happened. And then we met with the mayor, and the mayor said, that's great, but now we need to have a solution for the building in Grant Park and the zoo. Raymond King and his board picked up the torch.
Their very generous $10 million gift kicked off a domino effect of activities that has led the mayor to grant responsibility for this beautiful icon of a building behind me in the Cyclorama to give us responsibility for that building. And so we will convert that into a new use, and we will make it into a one-of-a-kind, very unique special events venue for the city that'll accommodate up to 1,000 people. And that event space will look out over a brand new African savanna, which will host our existing 2 elephants, and then some additional new elephants that will be brought in over time. And so all of a sudden, not only was the mayor able to save the painting, but at the same stroke of a pen was able to save elephants from leaving Atlanta and allow future generations of children to grow up knowing what an elephant is.
Then that greenhouse at the History Center, a perfect footprint for it at historic Oakland Cemetery.
Well, Oakland Cemetery was the site of Atlanta's first greenhouse. We think it goes back to about 1872, when this opportunity came up to get a real greenhouse for which we could propagate plants, we could winterize plants over the weekend, we could invite in groups to explore horticulture, school groups and garden clubs, we can host workshops. We said, wow, this is a functional greenhouse that'll jumpstart this area and bring alive, if you will, the interpretive qualities of what took place here back in 1850, 60, and 70. Perhaps there were some forces at work that even they didn't know, because it really has been a game changer for this cemetery, for our efforts here at Oakland, and for what we're trying to do to preserve, restore, enhance, and share this place.
I think we owe a debt of gratitude as a city to Lloyd and Mary Ann Whitaker. They have left a legacy to the city of Atlanta.
It's very rewarding. I have to say that I don't think either one of us has ever had even an instant of giver's remorse. You know, we're very pleased with being able to give it and what we have chosen to focus our gift on, and we're just tickled all around about it.
I think that everybody in the audience at National Philanthropy Day needs to realize that they are a philanthropist, and they can even step their game up more.